Okay, so this is the issue, and I am just all I'm going to do with these two sides of the issue is to elicit more information about their position and establish rapport and understanding with each one. Okay? Same thing that we're doing inside. Find the positive intention. All right. So I'm going to begin here. And remind me of your name. Brant.
Yeah.
So, Brant, tell me a little bit about what's going on for you about this situation.
Oh, it's totally frustrating.
Is it? It's really frustrating.
Oh, it's bad. He doesn't hear me. You know, I just go to him and say, you know what, I need more hours. And I've got plenty of time to do. I can do whatever. You know, it's a piece of cake. I've been doing this for a long time.
And so you're very frustrated.
Oh yeah.
About this. Yeah. And so, what is it that you really want to have happen here?
I would like the overtime.
You want more
some
overtime.
Extra money. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so overtime would allow you some extra money. Okay. And if you could have extra money in this job situation, what would that do for you?
Well, maybe my family's going to go on a vacation.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you really want to have what for the vacation? I mean, how will money impact this vacation?
So we can do a few more things.
You want to do a few more things? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Is there, so how does your wife feel about this? Is she?
Oh, she's for it too.
Yeah, yeah. So is she sort of also telling you about this? That she?
Oh, there's plenty of pressure.
Yeah,
back there.
Yeah, back there. So part of it is to get the pressure off your back.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you want to get the pressure off your back and have a few more options for your vacation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And sounds like also you want to get the time in before vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of time.
Okay, so you got plenty of time. All right. And so Oliver, tell me about your thought about this.
Well, I have a solution, but
Tell me about this. No.
My stance is,
Right.
and he had mentioned that there's other people that get more overtime, but the person, you know, Terry, he's a project manager and he has to oversee everything, and that's why he gets more overtime. With your position, I can't make work for you. I mean, I can't make it out of thin air. So there's nothing for you to do unless I make it up, unless you want to sweep around the shop or something.
So the way you're seeing it right now, there's a lot of reason for giving the other fellow the overtime because he's overseeing things.
Right.
And as of yet, you don't see any way to really give him the responsibilities that would justify.
There's not a need for it.
There's not a need for it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they're really, at this moment, you can understand that what he really wants is to get his wife off his back and to have some more flexibility during vacation, and what you really need. So if you can't justify responsibilities for him, what will happen if you can't? I mean,
if I can't
justify. Yeah. So if you gave him overtime without justifying it, what might happen?
It would cost the company money that I don't have a budget for.
So it's not in your budget
to
do that. Okay. Great. So that's all we're going to do. I know. You're already out there. You've already got the solution, huh?
Right.
Yeah. No. Okay. What were you doing?
I was in rapport.
Right. So if I suggested something, you'd probably go for it, right?
Yeah, probably.
So over here we have Brant, and he's in this posture. So I'm going to, when I'm talking to him and eliciting what's really going on.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
really?
Yeah. Did it come close to some real life situation?
Oh,
yeah. And you will notice this, even when you make something up, you'll tap into something that's very real. Mm-hmm. Automatically, you'll go there.
And we must be pretty good because he had a solution.
Yeah, right. That's right.
I can take care of this.
That's right. So I took his posture when I was talking to him. Now, if I'm talking to both of them and sort of bouncing back and forth, one of the things that I might do is take voice tone with one person and body posture with the other, because that crosses rapport and adds for that. Or I could do my upper body in one. Now look what just happened. So he took his this, but kept this, and I could do that. So that you can use one modality in two different ways, or you can use two different
Easy for you to say.
yeah, right. Two different modalities to establish rapport. So let's say, as an example, suppose that you spoke very slowly and you spoke very rapidly.
Okay.
So I might take your body posture but speak more rapidly to match him. So that's a little bit of a stretch you can do. Okay?
Okay.
All right, that's all you are to do is establish rapport and understand the positive intention of that part. He's got a budget he's got to stick to. He's got a wife and family he's got to satisfy here. Okay? So those don't necessarily have to be at odds with one another. But the position I want more overtime or I won't give it to you is positional bargaining, and that isn't going to work. But if you can go up to what you really need is to get your wife off your back and give your family more options during vacation, what you need to stick within your budget, he's already thought of solutions. Yeah. But that's all we want to do, okay? Thank you.
We got room.
All right? So, go have fun. Did you have a question? No. Are there any questions about this exercise or continuing with this one? How much time do you need? 20 minutes? About 7 minutes each? To do, well, you know what? Never mind. Let's do 30 minutes. And 30 minutes, the group's doing this, we'll do this. The group's finishing, we'll finish, and maybe get a chance to do one or two of those. See you in half an hour. Go have fun. What are your learnings that you would like to share? Cool?
It was really cool. We took our original situations. One person was one part of us and the other person
So you
was
took
the other part.
internal situations
Yeah.
and externalized
Yeah.
them. Oh, that's
It was
brilliant!
awesome to see.
Awesome to
Experience,
see.
yeah.
To see, was C, the person who's doing the work, give their different parts to the different people.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so clever.
Wasn't this what you're supposed to do?
That was very clever.
Convince them.
It was
And what did you learn?
I got confused.
when he was C, I was the part that wanted something, he was the part that didn't. He gave us some criteria about what the problems were, the issues were, and then we kind of tried to convince him of our... and then he had good rapport.
Good. And now you're more confused than ever. Well, that means, Yvonne, that you probably have more options than you ever noticed before.
Well, yeah, there are many more choices right now.
Exactly. You know, being more confused allows the possibility of more options. Yeah, it's a good, it's not a place we're usually comfortable with. Yeah, but good for you. I think that's excellent. Good. What else did you notice? Or have questions about?
It is easier than real life. I mean, in the exercise was much easier. Like everybody see quickly the second position. But if it is in real life, I don't think we'll see it this much.
So you don't believe in real life it would be this easy?
Exactly.
Actually it is.
It is?
I do a lot of mediation between people. And it's interesting, I've had mediation training, and they don't touch on any of this. It's very interesting on the rapport, they do talk about getting to the position behind, or the interest behind a position. They don't talk about how, and they don't talk about rapport. So having this ability to know what you're going for, and the tools of rapport and questioning to get to positive intention makes it so that you have awarenesses and skills that the other people don't have out there, and actually it's easier. Yes.
But I think depending on how entrenched somebody is in being right.
Yeah. Well, in cases like that, it's in saving face too. Saving face is a huge issue. And so it's important to do some of this with one person at a time. If you're working
In the same
not in the same room. So you take the time to establish rapport with each person separately before you bring them together. And once you find out what they're really going for, you might even help them find ways, expand those ways before you get them together. I need to do this. I hadn't planned on this, but there's a book that I like very much called The Magic of Conflict by Thomas Crum. And he's in an institute outside of Snowmass. And he talks about appreciation for the different sides and how you get to that. This is interesting. I'd love to read it. Terms such as peace and strength remain ambiguous and undefined. Often we do not attempt to develop and communicate in a common language. Even within our own families, we rarely have the same internal representation of various words. This guy's never had NLP. He's smart. To one person, the word run means health, jog, and fun. To another, the word conjures up images of shin splints, boredom, and agony. Someone else sees elections, politicians, and handshakes, or another, stocking ruined. So that word, one word can mean many different things. He's talking about in Getting to Yes, Fisher and Urey's book Getting to Yes, which I highly recommend. It appears very simplistic. It is not. It's a very good book. They tell the story of an interview with President Nasser of Egypt conducted by an American lawyer in 1970. He asked Nasser, "What is it you want Golda Meir to do?" Nasser replied, "Withdraw from every inch of Arab territory." "Without a deal? With nothing from you?" the American asked incredulously. "Nothing. It's our territory. She should promise to withdraw," Nasser replied. The American asked, now notice what he's doing here, what would happen to Golda Meir if tomorrow morning she appeared on Israeli radio and television and said, "On behalf of the people of Israel, I hereby promise to withdraw from every inch of territory occupied in 1967, the Sinai, the Gaza, the West Bank, Jerusalem, the Golan Heights. And I want you to know I have no commitment of any kind from any Arab whatsoever." Nasser burst out laughing. "Oh, well, she would have trouble at home." Yes. Reflecting on this seemingly insignificant dialogue actually increased Nasser's understanding of what an unrealistic option Egypt had been offering Israel. So it's that amplifying the one side and moving it out to its obvious conclusion for the other side. But you have to have rapport to do that. And I would have loved to have watched this be taped, because that would have been very interesting. He obviously had rapport with Nasser, so he could move him into second position with Golda Meir, what it would be like for her. And so in reality, this is much easier than in here, because not only is it new for you, and you know all of the things that you're consciously trying to hold on to. And remember, that's harder than unconscious competence. You're being consciously competent right now. In my prediction is that in the real world, you'll find yourself automatically starting to ask questions and do things